Hey there, Pisces. I hope you guys are doing really well. I'm going to go ahead and get into a reading for you. This is a general energy reading for the month of April 2024, and it may not resonate with every single Pisces. Take what does, leave the rest. And if you're new here, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, comment. If anybody's seeking a personal reading, you can contact me at thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you soon. All right, Pisces. So your oracle energy for this month is wisdom. And I feel that you're going to be drawing upon a lot of inner wisdom when approaching people, situations, and also yourself and your patterns from the past. In regard to your approach for this month or your actions in this month, what might best help you, you have the King of Cups in reverse, and this card is called the Seducer. It's interesting because I feel here this maybe it applies to you more, but I feel that this more so applies to other people that you may be witnessing, or however this makes sense for you. I hope it does. With this energy, the King of Cups can be somebody who, especially in reverse, they're out of sorts when it comes to their emotions. There's somebody that can be very emotionally manipulative, or they know exactly how to manipulate your emotions. The seducer, they know how to seduce you. They know how to kind of play upon your emotional strings. And so here it feels your approach is, I wouldn't say that that's a great approach. If anything, use your wisdom. If you're looking at people and you're communicating and connecting with people, maybe you do understand how to manipulate them. Maybe you do know, maybe you understand how to like pull the strings a little bit to get your way. I would say do so through a lens of fairness, compassion. We don't want to approach that through a self-serving manner, especially when it's at the detriment or at, uh, in a sense, of manipulation of another for our own gain. So that may be a little bit of a cautionary message there, to just be mindful about how you communicate with people, especially when it comes to how you might manipulate them. Or it could be other people that you're dealing with, where that is happening to you. So just be mindful of that, okay? In regard to communication coming in, you have the Seven of Cups here. This is called debauchery. This is an energy of lots of options, but also what are the options truly about? This card is very much, especially here, we've got drugs, we've got drinks, we've got a lot of confusion, and a lot of people that are tied to certain situations like that, or those people who are immersed in that type of lifestyle. You may be connecting to a lot of party people, or you may be connecting to somebody who's dealing with alcoholism, or drug addiction. Either way, I feel here that it's important for you, if you are having any type of like codependency, dealing with like addictions or codependency, or dealing with any type of like internal manipulation, and you know that about yourself, it's asking you to be mindful of pulling back from that so you can make decisions that are actually fair, so that you can have communications that are actually fair. And also too, here with the Seven of Cups like this, I do feel that it's important for you to be clear of mind, clear in your mind, clear in your communication. It's not a time to be altered or in an altered state for you, especially when you're making decisions, Pisces. It's important for you to be able to be very clear in how you approach things, because that's going to ripple effect back to you. It's going to have a, what is that called? Not the ripple effect, it's like repercussions. Okay, so be mindful of how you do that. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your conversations with people, but just be careful about how you kind of move the energy towards your benefit, and be mindful of people who do the same with you. In regard to your health, you have the Eight of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Swords in reverse can go a couple of ways, but usually for me, this energy is going to talk about us being less so in our minds and more so available to um, not worrying about like certain health situations. So some of you may have been very much worrying about a certain health situation or an outcome. Perhaps you've gone to the doctor and you've had tests. Perhaps you've gone to an acupuncturist and they've like helped you through some things and it's balanced you out. Either way, the Eight of Swords in reverse here for me very much feels like you receive some sort of message or information from a health provider or just from your own outcome that things are okay. It's far less worrisome than you initially thought it might be. And it brings you some clarity and some ease here. For some of you, this can also be worrying way out of whack, like over worrying, over obsessing about your health. If that is the case and you're just worrying, why don't you try doing something about it? And I don't mean that in a rude way, but like seek out a doctor, seek out some sort of help, and rather than ruminating and like freaking yourself out, it's important to take the time to initiate getting that addressed. Okay. When it comes to your job, your work, your energy in there, you have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is very much about it's a very direct energy when it comes to work. This is like nose to the grindstone in a lot of ways, but it's multitasking. I almost want to say like with this energy, how I see it, Pisces, is multiple options, multiple interactions. This may be connecting to other people as well, having a lot of doors open here. So some of you may be looking for work. This is like applying to multiple things. It's asking you to be available for that, okay? For some of you, this can also talk about work within philanthropy, work within, what is that? Like advocating for other people. So I don't know if that's something that you want to do, but maybe that's a door opening in that direction. Either way, there's a lot of dedication and a lot of like direction being focused in this area. Very analytical work as well. So I feel here, Pisces, that you're also, too, what I'm feeling here is a lot of communication, but I want to say that there's some element of like, rather than just digging into, like, say you're a public speaker or something like that, like, rather than just digging into like what you should say, or like this is how it goes, da 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 da. It's asking you to plug into your wisdom here. It's asking for you to blend wisdom with your analysis and like have those married and connected together so that we can have a different slant on things, because I feel you're going to be much more potent and effective in that way. When it comes to your love, and also just connections with others, we have the Eight of Pentacles upright. Now, some of you, this is very much about just focusing your energy on your work, your craft, getting things done. I do feel here, though, too, some of you may be connecting with somebody at work as well. Again, there's this kind of like party-like element or like some sort of like connection to people that may be, I want to say you need to show up how you are unaltered, how you've cultivated your life unaltered. Because I feel like there's an easy way to get sucked into connections with people where it's like we're either operating from kind of like your emotions are a little bit off, so you're compensating through either like drinking, or you're compensating through potentially just like being a yes man, or somebody who allows manipulation to either happen to them, or you kind of manipulate a situation for your own benefit. And so you're going to have to figure that out, Pisces. I feel that it's important for you right now in regard to people who you are currently with. If you feel that there is a dynamic between a person and yourself that needs to be built upon, that needs to be grown, here is the effort. Here is looking into things very, very deeply and allowing stuff to be fleshed out so we can have better outcomes with people. This is a lot of dedication here as well. These two cards also talk a lot about dedication. So you may be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. Doesn't have to be. Could be dealing with a King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Um, but here, this is asking for you to, again, I'm getting the message for you to like deepen your craft by tapping into the wisdom that you have to make things better, to make things different, to allow things to be, how do I want to say that? I almost want to say like uncomfortably new. Uncomfortably new. I'm not sure why I'm saying that, but there's an element here where it's like if you're dealing with somebody, there's going to be some situation where things are uncomfortably new. So you get to see a different side of yourself and a different side of people. And this is after time. Time here is very important as well. You can't rush this process, Pisces. This is something that needs to be worked on. So if you're dealing with a person, you may be having to deal with something where it's like 8 weeks, 8 months. There may have been some sort of time that has happened between you two. There's an element of allowing, how do I say, phases of a person, phases of a situation to be gone through, because those things don't get bypassed. Those things are things that you have to experience, and they do too. This is a weird message. So I'm gonna stop it there here, Pisces. I feel also too, some of you with this love energy, it's like being on different timetables and like looking deeply into the situation to see how you can be on the same time frame. Maybe it's a different time zone. There's an element of that, but it's talking about both of you looking at the time and not like looking, oh, how do I say this? Look at the time that you spent together. Look at the time that you want to spend together and be together. Look at the time that you have available for each other. This is about making time for one another. Okay, I'm going to let this go, Pisces. I hope that this was helpful. Take care. If you want a personal reading, feel free to contact me at The Altruistic Mystic. I'll talk to you later. Bye.